Hello, Facebook, YouTube, everyone. How's it going? I've got a full house today, so I am going to keep it a little lower energy, a little less voice, a little less enthusiasm, because I've got people that are reading upstairs, and so I wanted to shoot this live to talk a little bit about. I got a new camera angle too. It's right up there. All right. So wanted to make this video real quick. I put a post out about going into 2020 and looking for our blind spots. So one of the things that I do and I help my clients with a lot, and one of the things that impacts their business is those blind spots. And what do I mean by blind spots? I mean things that you don't necessarily see because you're in your business every day. You're in the weeds, you're hustling, you're grinding, you're doing all the work, you're putting in the effort. But the whole purpose of this podcast, which, like, comment, share it, give me some feedback, tell me where you're viewing from. Looks like my power cord is killed. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna plug this in. Because this is gonna take a minute. So give me a second. Boom. All right, thanks. So what we're talking about with blind spots. The whole purpose of this is to, how do we identify blind spots in our business? Now, the post I made with the picture of the guy with the blindfold and like looking around and seeing all the lights, that is when you identify your blind spot and how you put support into place to help facilitate you moving through that. Now, if you don't have that support in place, if you're not in that point in your business where you can actually start going in and either paying for support by hiring consultants or going through trainings and learning education that maybe bring something into your blind, from your blind spots into your field of vision, into your awareness, into your approach on your business, then provide value for other people. However, until that point, I want you guys to be aware of what to look for that shows you are operating out of your blind spots. And now, what do I mean by blind spots? I mean, I made posts about that iceberg where 10% above water is our conscious mind. That's the stuff that we can put into willpower. Those are the decisions we can make on a conscious level. Those are the things we can force change into. However, there is 90% of our emotional intelligence, our belief systems, how we were raised, our programming that works behind the surface every day. Do some reading into like your reticular activating system, the subconscious mind, all those things. But how do we identify that if we haven't done all that research, if we haven't gone down that process of like learning what to look for? There's one thing that really will identify when you're operating from a blind spot. It's when things continue to happen in your life that you don't want, but you can't seem to change how the outcome is. And so examples of that is, I go through diets. For me, I go through diets and I lose weight and I hit a upper limit and I start getting attention, and then I start self-sabotaging. Or to put another analogy or another metaphor, is that guy or that girl that continues to go back to, regardless of who that new person is, it's going to change, it's going to be different. And then it ends the exact same way, or they keep going back to the a-hole or the girl that uses you, or, all those different things. And it's a matter of like, why can't they just see that it's because when you're in the weeds and you have this stuff operating in your subconscious, you don't see it. It's not actively cultivated in the moment. It's actually stuff in the background that has you doing things that lead you to that outcome that you don't notice. So what do we need to look for? We need to look for themes. We need to look for things, conversations that we've had continuously over the years with different situations, but like, you're in the same place 3 years later. For me in my business, I was in the same place 3 years later having the same conversation, not realizing that it wasn't the person across from me that was actually keeping me stuck. It was myself. It was, the things that were operating. It was a belief system that was operating in the back of my head of like, you're not good enough to do this on your own. You're not good enough to really honor what you want in your life. You don't believe that you can, handle a good amount of money. Like, all those belief systems in the back, those are your blind spots. They're operating in your blind spots. It could be, for me, one of the blind spots I have is how to, like, I can distill and I can take someone's vision and I can help them extrapolate it and relay it to other people and build a process for them with them. For me doing it myself, That's a blind spot for me because I'm in the weeds. I don't know, like I can see it from a higher advantage point with other people and point it out. I have to put that support in place for myself. And now a part of that also is knowing how you operate and knowing the themes you have to be aware of, multiple occasions that start combining to create a theme in your life. So it would be, it can be, well, I've got a up and down in my business. I'll get 2 deals and then I'll go 2 months without a deal, and I'll get 2 deals and I'll go 2 months without a deal. Like that becomes a theme, and it creates a up and down movement. It's a pattern. Most people see it as inconsistency. It is a pattern. And when that becomes a pattern, it just means, okay, there's an operating system that's happening. I'll put it back here. It's operating back here in your blind spot. Perfect. And a great example I help a lot of my clients with is I have success, I have success, I have success. Oh, that operating system in your blind spot kicks in, and I'm unfamiliar with this feeling of what this success feels like, and I can't keep it going. So what do I need to do? I need to sabotage it. I need to ratchet it down a couple steps so I get back here. So I get a deal, I get 2 deals, I have some success. Oh, I'm feeling unfamiliar. Oh, I go back down. That's a blind spot. Oh, I'm having the same conversation about wanting to expand my business and I haven't done it for 3 years. That's a blind spot. So look for the themes, look for the things in your life that you are continually doing over and over again, or the conversations you're having over and over again that will indicate something that is you are resisting in your life. That is something that is operating in your blind spot. It's either a belief system, it's an emotion that you don't want to feel or you're unfamiliar with feeling. There's any number of them. If you watch this and you have questions, message me directly. I will be happy to help you through any way I can. But it's huge. It's huge to take those shifts from like starting here as a newbie to an intermediate to somebody that's considered like a guru or multiple. Like those shifts you will have slow incremental growth, and then you will have the aha moments that are from your blind spot. So what I always recommend, and what I highly recommend, especially if you're going to be putting in new standards next year, you're going to start doing things new, be aware of those themes, be aware. So perfect prime example I had from last year as I was going through some growth was I continued to damage my hands, and I drilled a hole through my finger. I sliced my hands all up. I also stepped on a board of nails all within the span of like a week and a half. I'm normally not very clumsy. I'm normally pretty resilient and but it signaled to me there was something going on. I was intentionally harming myself. And well, that is part of the self-sabotage that I, acknowledged earlier. And how that works is you build up, you feel successful, you feel like maybe you haven't earned it, or it creates a new expectation, and then you do things. So I was physically harming myself, not intentionally, but through what I was doing, working on projects and stuff like that. So just be aware of the themes. Be aware of the things that are operating that you don't want to happen, that are either happening outside of your perceived control. You put yourself in those environments to actually create those, or the theme that is continuing over and over again. All right. So take a look at that, absorb it, read it. There's great books. The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks talks about the upper limiting, where you rise and then go and then self-sabotage. That's a great book. And then there's just other books about, being in the moment, being aware, understanding kind of the subconscious mind, how that operates. There's all kinds of good books. If you guys want recommendations, reach out to me as well and put it in the comments. So thank you guys. Have a good day. We have Connor Klink tomorrow. He is a beast, just turned 25, I believe, and he's already done 13 flips in the past year. Bought a rental, Airbnb, like dude is on fire, was a realtor. I mean, great guy, super, super motivated, great energy. You guys will love him. What was the book called? Okay, Yasin. So Yasin just asked, what was that book called? It is The Great Leap, or The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks. So I will actually put it in there in the comments right now. So I'll put that in there. But yeah, thank you, Yasin. If you got any questions, message me directly, like the post, and yeah, we'll go from there. So I appreciate you guys watching. Have a good rest of your Tuesday. New Year's coming up. We got Connor on tomorrow. So enjoy your rest of your day, guys.